Okay, yes, I say time and time again that stories are powerful and we have to tell stories. And, you know, part of it is I have a background in theater, but I also understand that people remember stories more than they remember facts and figures and features and stuff like that. So if you can tell a story that will help your customer remember what it is you're going to do for them. And my favorite story example, and it's not a direct connection, but it's still a fascinating story nonetheless. You know, a speaker, I'm involved in a trade association called Infocom. It's the Professional Audiovisual Association. We had a speaker many years ago, a very famous man named Tom Peters. He's a consulting guru, he's a business guru, chaos theory in business, fascinating guy, off the wall speaker. And like most good speakers, he did a little bit of research to understand who he was talking to so he could connect his stories to them, which is exactly what we're supposed to do in business when we're relating to customers. We need to understand enough about the customer that we can connect the story and make them personal. The story that Tom told, he speaks in front of audiences all the time, and he's completely dependent upon audiovisual. He's wearing a wireless microphone. He's got a screen of images that somebody's controlling. There's lights. He worked with AV guys every day. And you know, and he's a challenging, I've done his shows, he's a challenging person to work with because he's just all over the room. He does everything that you tell speakers not to do, right? I think that's probably why he does it. But he told the story. He said, I'm talking in front of the Audiovisual Association. I need to tell you guys a story, and let me tell you why you're important to me. You know, here's what I do. I speak to people every day. I try and connect to them. I try and share stories with them that help them understand their business better. But the most important story I can give for you about your business is what an AV guy did for me. He says, I was in the middle of a presentation and somebody in the team got the message that I needed to get to the phone right away because my father had passed away. I will never forget the guy who pulled me off of stage and took me by the elbow and walked me away and told me what was happening and got me out of the room so I didn't have to encounter anyone and made the announcement so that I could leave and everybody understood, got the microphone off of me, got me to a phone, got me to my room, got me into the cab, got me to the airport. That wasn't his job, but it was his job because he understood his commitment to his client. You know, I still, you know, it's an emotional story for me because this is the job I used to do. And Tom Peters knew his audience, gave the story that made everything else he said more powerful. If you can, you don't have to connect on that level. You don't have to make your clients weepy. But if you can help them see the power of your story and how it relates to them, everything else you say is going to be more credible. Figure out what the stories are that matter for your organization when you're talking to people, and they'll never forget them.